Today we would be talking about Robert Lynd as an essayist. Now, for students, I need to remind you that we have already talked about one essay by Robert Lynd, which is there in your syllabus, and it was titled Forgetting. And another essay was there in your earlier years that was about the new cat. Now, you people are quite familiar by now with Robert Lynd's style of writing essays, and how could you evaluate him as an essayist? Now, one thing which you must have observed about Robert Lynd is that his essays are very delightful and very interesting. And once you start reading them, you are so much charmed by these essays that you would like to finish the essay at one go. And he chooses a variety of subjects for writing his essays. He would write interestingly on any subject, and any common day to day subject, and he would treat this subject in such an interesting manner that you would love to read the essay, and you would be delighted to read the essay. He writes about follies, various shades of human behavior, and mistakes which usually a man commit. Or he would like to talk about topics which are of general interest, but he would treat them in a very unique fashion, and he has a great observation, and his observation is very minute. Now, when we read his essays, we would find that in some of the essays, he would be autobiographical, he would be very personal, he would be very informal, and he would be talking in a day to day language, but his language is very beautiful. He may use day to day parlance, but his language is very beautiful, and it is very humorous at the same point of time. And he gives he writes very simple phrases, but those simple phrases have a lot of twist in them. And at the same point of time, he would when he would be talking of humorous things, he would be talking of suddenly he would be talking of philosophical things, so he would match humorous things with philosophical things. He would be generalizing certain things, but at the same point of time, he would give a very good psychological interpretation of human behavior. So all these things are very much visible in his essays. In the essay which we read, the essay titled the New Cat, it was full of humor throughout the essay, where when he visits his friend Tom and his wife. He's telling you that the couple is all the time talking of where is Oliver Cromwell, Oli. All the time they are talking about the cat, which is a new pet in their house. And they are so much indulgent about this new cat that they do not have time to talk to the author who has visited them. Now every time they would start talking, the cat would interfere, and they would not be able to talk. And he starts his essay with a sentence: cats are the enemies of conversation. Because whenever he would try to pick some conversation, the couple would be talking about the cat. Either the wife would say, look, suddenly the maid would come and would talk about the cat, or his friend himself would talk about the talk, or they would talk about the cat, or they would be concerned about the cat. So the all the time there would be some or other thing which would come as an interference. So such a small episode of a new cat has been brought to light in a very very humorous and very jovial way. And then the author himself, to punish these two people, his friend and his wife, he thinks he himself brings a new cat, which is named as Mrs. Black Toes, and then another cat, Tiger. And he thinks of inviting Tom and his wife to come and see him, and it would be a punishment. And until I have punished them, I doubt if I shall be able to forgive them. So in a way, the same thing which his friends did with him, he is doing the same things with them, and he is as indulgent as his friends were with their cat. He's equally indulgent with his own cats. Now, so this is again a very good psychological interpretation of human behavior. Then in this essay on forgetting, it talks about things which people tend to forget, which they feel like forgetting, and they do not forget things which they do not want to forget. And this is also very very interestingly put up. Then somewhere we can say that his treatment is at the same point of time is very individualistic and very unique. He can be compared with Lamb for his qualities of personal touch, or his qualities of humor. But at the same point of time he is different from Lamb, because at some point of time he becomes sarcastic, where Lamb is not at all sarcastic. Robert Lynd is sarcastic, but his irony and satire are very gentle, and they are not harsh, but he uses very gentle, he uses very irony or satire in a very gentle manner. So that way we can say that his humor is mild, or his satire is mild. He beautifully exposes the shortcoming and whims and fancies of mankind and womankind. He has observed both men and women very well. And his he talks of people, he talks of great intellectual qualities of people, but at the same time point of time he talks of the things the people are ignorant about. And then his essays are very subtle at times, and they are very vibrant. And he takes topics which interest most of the people, but he deals with them in a very sophisticated style, because his style is very gentle. And then he deals very is very effortlessly. All his if we go through his essays, or if we see his diction, it appears very effortless, it appears very smooth, and it appears very lively, vivacious, and his phrases are very delightful, and they have great novelty about them. And Lind is focused in his expression, and his thought process is very cohesive, very uniform. And he as his essay progresses, it is a complete whole. It is all very well connected with one part to the other part. And we says that his flow of ideas matches his diction, and he's very natural, he's very spontaneous in his expressions. So I would suggest you to go through both these essays, which was one essay which was there in your syllabus earlier, and this essay on forgetting, which is there in your syllabus. Thank you.